We're back with another subscriber deck, and today we're covering Animeandrice's deck, and I just really love mono blue builds. I'm interested to play this one because we don't have any early game creatures. A lot of times I would like to see Delver early on, but there's so much control in this early on that it might not even matter. We have impulses to draw cards, we have considers to draw cards, and same with the thirst for discoveries. This is a very interesting deck because it only has the Haughty Djinn. That, I believe, is the only rare card in here. We're going to get into some matches and see. We have some really decent early game things that we could do, like considers to get to our make disappears, negates, stuff like that. You have the syncopates, the spell pierces, slip out the back. I love in this because if you only have 6 creatures, you better find a way to protect those 6 creatures. First, they have to hit the field. You can use negate to counter a counter, so you can always do that with a negate. You could actually make sure that they actually hit the ground if you're playing other mono blue decks. And if they have a kill spell, you can always slip out the back and try to stay in the match, try to keep your creatures on the board. I actually like this build. 21 lands, some Tolarian Terrors, cost less for each instance of sorcery in the graveyard, and Haughty Djinn gets a little bit bigger with each instant and sorcery in the graveyard. Let's see. I think it's all instances as well, right? Which, at the end of the video, I'm going to say maybe adding one more creature in it. It is a rare, but for this kind of deck, I would almost want 2 of those, but we're going to take it into the arena. We're going to see how this does. I'm looking at it. Looks like it should do really well. I'm going to actually craft this on my free-to-play account. I like it that much. I'm going to do it. Uh-oh. I didn't have to do that. These essence captures are from an older set, but you know what? That's fine. They look kind of cool. I'm going to keep them in here. Let's get into the arena and see how it does. By the way, if you don't know, what I am doing is I'm taking your decks and I'm playing your decks and maybe improving upon them or at least showcasing them in many cases. And if you want to see your deck played, make sure that you've subscribed, of course. Make sure that you have liked the video, of course. Gotta help myself as well, right? But post your deck down in the comments below and we'll play around with it quite a bit and make sure that other people are aware that you don't have to chase the hype with all of these channels playing the biggest of the big decks. These are very budget friendly decks, and I want to continue to make budget friendly content, and one easy way to do that is to have you guys show me what you're playing, let me play it, let you guys decide what decks are good, what decks are bad, and how we could sneak wins in without spending tons and tons of coins, tons and tons of gems. Let's play Magic the Gathering for free. Let's see what we got. Got an Impulse, Essence Scatter, like Essence Scatter, Haughty Djinn, like the Haughty Djinn, Consider. Okay, got some good draw power. We could counter a target creature spell, which generally is really good in the current standard. Move my mic back just a little bit. Riveteer's Outlook. He gets a gain of life here, which is kind of annoying, but he got Swamp, Mountains, Forest. He plays a Forest. Yeah, I'm gonna draw the land. We draw another land. It's not gonna be one of those again, is it? If it is, I'll let it out. Last match we just drew lands for like 7 turns in a row and died. That one might be too sad to put into this video. We're hoping that this one isn't that sad. Okay, so we have something that counters creature spells. Eartise Scorn is a very good counter. We got a Terror. We got the Haughty Djinn we could slam down, but he's... I don't know about slamming Haughty Djinn on turn 3. That leaves us open to anything that could happen. If worse comes to worse, we have a Thirst for Discovery if he doesn't try to push a creature out. There it is. Where is it? This is just a counter. This is just a counter. Would have really liked to exile. Should I just let that go? I'm gonna thirst. That actually worked out really well. That actually worked out really well. We're really close to being able to cast Haughty Jin. We could get the Terror out this turn too. Let's go ahead and pass to the opponent. We got plenty of land that we're going to be playing every single turn. Try to get some value out of that. He swings with the underdog. We make him pick it up. Mana. Nah. We got mana. We got mana for 2 turns in a row. Aha. Well, that's cute. A Zayatora's Envoy. Look at the top card of your library. You may play a land from the top. Well, no thank you. Go ahead and stop that from happening. We get another mana. And now it is high time that we play the Haughty Jin. And we have an Essence Scatter for any creature. It can still remove the Jin. It looks like he's going to do that. But he spent his turn removing the Jin. I'm pretty happy. Tolarian Terror comes out. And now we have a negate in case he tries to do something fancy like Unleash the Inferno again. 7 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Yep. Counter the Shieldred. Put a 1/1 on the Tolarian Terror. You're playing a lot of cards. You are playing a lot of cards. We get a Syncopate. That's really good. Swing in for 6. Blocks with the underdog. Interesting. Interesting. How much mana do you have available? 1, 2, 3. So if I do this for 4... Right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. That's the one. That is the one. Harvester. Not worried about the Harvester, guys. We're going to swing in, of course. Let's see if he blocks it. He does. So he knows he needs to protect that life total. And we'll just end turn. We're going to hold the mana. 2 cards in hand. Underdog in the bin. Yeah, what you looking at? Tear Asunder. I think you do it like this. You resolve. He pays. And then you negate. So I pay the extra 2 mana, so he can't do anything else on this turn unless that is a 1-drop in hand. And if that's a 1-drop in hand, I'm happy with our position. So I see no negatives, no downsides to swinging at all right here. Bam. Down to 15. And again, we're holding this land. We want him to think that we have more than we do. We just have a slip out the back, which is great for protecting the terror. Yeah. I probably accepted that a little bit too soon. Now he probably knows I do not have a counter in hand. He pops a blood, discards a land, draws a card. But not much he could do right now, depending on what he drew. Impulse, huh? Swinging. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Down to 9. Okay. He's going to be able to play a land from the top. Huh. Let me read this. You may play a land card from the top of your library. Less than or equal to you, or you may cast a spell. We don't want him casting that spell. So if I did this and I targeted him, he phases out, then he can't swing next turn. I think that actually sounds smart. Gets a Fable out. I might have been being too greedy there. In fact, I can almost guarantee that I was being too greedy. Let's grab a Fading Hope. Yeah, no, because I can do this. Make him pick that up. This goes to the bottom. And I get a Thirst. Swing. Down to 3. I guess if we play Thirst for Discovery on opponent's turn, that is still good. So he's going to swing, and when he swings... No, okay. Essence Scatter? Yeah, just got it. No, he can't swing with that. Okay. All of his mana is gone. I will Fading Hope on that. Syncopate, I think, is okay. But it doesn't really allow us to swing. But should we anyway? I should have made him pick up the Envoy, is what I should have done. So I kind of made a oopsie daisy there. That allows him to stay alive or keep everything alive this turn. Now we could actually copy that Envoy. That's brutal. That is brutal. Invoke Despair. He has 2 mana available. So if I do this for 3, we get rid of that Invoke Despair. He swings in with the Envoy? No, he knows better. Huh. Swing. I'm being greedy. I'm being greedy on purpose. Go to end turn. The opponent had to take that trade regardless of whether or not he wanted to. We do get a Thirst. Okay. We gotta get kind of lucky here, right? Pass. Swings. I Thirst. I drop that off. I pass. Go down to 14. And then I consider. We'll get to something. Because the mana could go to the graveyard. We get a Haughty Djinn. Yes, sir. That's what we wanted. Haughty Djinn. And a slip out the back to protect him. I'm a big fan of our chances right here. Oh, Terra Sunder, huh? Well, what if I just snuck out the back door? Oh, he gets out too. Oh, that's awesome. That is incredible. Yeah. Ticking time bomb, buddy. Ticking time bomb. This is the last round, no matter what. Oh, let it pass. Let it pass. Okay. I go down to 10. I will consider. And that could go to the graveyard. We got plenty of land. Oh, jeez. Man. Oh, my God. Whew. This does show you how effective, like, mono blue is, though, right? It's a 2020. Do you have the kill spell? Oh no! Oh jeez. There's only 21 lands in this deck. I don't have any words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 9 is 14, 15, 16, 17. How to draw all of your lands. That might be a video, right? How to draw all of your lands. When Soul of Windgrace. That was 2 rounds in a row where we drew all of our lands. Oh, we had him. We had him. Man, I do not accept the defeat. So, a lot of bad luck so far, but that is literally all it is. I've been playing a lot today, and if you start winning too much, sometimes the arena kind of shuts you down for a little bit, and I think that's what we're suffering through right now. Let's give her another shot. Negate, Thirst, Terror. Alright, consider. Turn 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Yep. No need to main phase a consider. We get a tapped land come out, and yeah, we're safe to cast a consider then. Eartie Scorn. Counters in a counter deck? Yep. We won it. Well, let's see what he's able to cast. Nothing. Well, I mean, if you ain't doing nothing, I ain't doing nothing. Mono blue players never want to do nothing. I'm supposed to be reacting to the opponent, but if the opponent is doing nothing, I can't. It's hard to react to nothing. Alright. Cool. I have Fading Hope here. We gotta consider. It really doesn't matter what the opponent does, we can get rid of it. He might be playing some form of control either, but that green's kind of weird if he is. White-blue, though. Okay. Going to my turn. I will consider. Huh. Nah. That's what you call being a village idiot. If you ever play Dominion, the village idiot is a person who buys all the villages and then can do nothing but play villages. We got this. Is that enough to protect the terror? Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards in hand. Opponent is in the exact same position we are. Yeah. Terror. End of turn. Yeah. That's my 5/5 with Ward 2, baby. Good deal. I said that right. Had to make sure it was actually Ward 2. The opponent finally stops and thinks, contemplation across his face, as he decides what to do. What to do about the Tolarian terror, and he responds with a Gala Greeters? That was not really expected. Gala Greeters can be a pain in the butt. I'm gonna let it go. Swing. He takes it. Okay. On second thought, maybe we should actually make him pick that back up and counter that. I thought there was a slim chance that he would actually block with it. I'm not sure. Teachings of Kirin. 4, huh? We can negate that. Teaching of Kirin, once it gets going, can be pretty dangerous. Gala Greeters. See, I thought he was playing some form of control just because of the time. Should I let that go again? Nah. Alright, the rest of this stuff kind of needs to be to protect the terror. Yeah, sure, I played around and, you know, got rid of some stuff, but we really need to make sure this terror can stay on the battlefield. We have 5 cards in hand, so we have plenty of room. Yeah, we'll let that go. It's just mana ramp. Wedding announcement. 1 mana available. I'm gonna syncopate on that. And pay 3. And the reason is I don't want those tokens. He could block for days with those tokens. That's basically like 3 free blocks with the Tolarian Terror. It gives him a chance to get back into the game. We don't want him to get back into the game. We want him to die. Lots of counters. And we could even sneak out the back on the Catilda next turn. And he can't block the terror. We have to make sure nothing really gets through here. Essence Scatter. Easy start. Easy start. He's looking at the terror. He's looking at his mana base. He's thinking, how likely am I to get this off? Huh. He leaves a mana up, but we could just Essence Scatter that Shayna. And now I can Impulse and grab Syncopate? This seems alright. Yeah. Slip out the back. Get rid of the Catilda. Yes. There he goes. Swing. See you later. That's what we like to see around here. Mono blue doing mono blue things. Considers, Essence Captures, Airtight Scorn, and Haughty Jin. I like it alright. We might be playing Essence Capture. Just to counter something. Okay, we'll draw Thirst for Discovery. Draw power is always good with mono blue. It's like one of his key ingredients, so we'll put it into our hand. Okay. Huh. Yeah, we're gonna have to counter that, and then we're gonna have to save a counter for the other side of that. That Dinnick will destroy us. But for now, let's get the Haughty Jin out. Now remember, we need to hold up for that. Okay, destroy evil. That's not what we wanted. End turn. We have to make this appear in an Eartie Scorn. There's a 4th mana. Here comes the Dinnick. And we'll just make it disappear. Yep, go away. We are in a position where we could counter something. We might have to let some things through onto the battlefield. We have so few creatures that's pretty dangerous. Well, that's a really good counter. Bye. Bye. Okay. Not in a position to do anything yet. Oh, wedding announcement. That's pretty good. We'll Thirst. Drop that off. Now we can hit him with the wedding announcement, but he just pays for it. Because we don't have the creatures to really do anything with that. So we're going to have creatures coming at us. Fading Hope. Okay. I'm not really worried about that one coming through. But then it becomes a 2/2 later on. I don't know. Let's see what else he has. Ayo. How much mana do you have available? You have 2 exactly, so we cannot make disappear. Oh, he can, but he just pays 2. Yep. Discard that, and then Essence Scatter. We got to it. What else you got? That's what I thought. Ludovic. We don't have the mana. Whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks, mill a card. Pay that. Exile X creatures from graveyard. Transform him. And stuff happens. I better make sure what happens. This creature transforms into this, becomes a copy of the exiled card, except the same as Olag. It's a 4/4. It's a legendary blue-black zombie in addition to other mana types. Put a number of 1/1 counters on Olag equal to the number of creature cards exiled with it. So what we want to happen is we want him to pay that cost, exile a bunch of cards, and then we Fading Hope him. I think that sounds like the right way to play that. Puts more mana down. 2/4. And XXXX. Okay. Opponent. You can exile 3. Yeah, he's gonna do it. Okay. He transforms him. Oh no, I'm so scared. And Fading Hope. Yes, and we will pay the 1. Haughty Jin. You know what? Talk about being right on time. He wants that third 1/1. And we're going to answer with a Haughty Jin. We have 2 slip out the backs to protect him. This is looking good. Shieldred. Yeah, that is certainly a card. Destroy Evil is his last card. Besides the Ludovic. Okay. We'll take 6. Don't really have much of a choice in the matter. And now we make disappear. Right. My turn. Should I make him slip out the back? No, because I don't want him swinging with it. Oh, we have 2 now. Resolve. Swing. Down to 7. Okay, you get to start your turn. You get to gain 2 life, but I'm going to make him slip out the back. Oh yeah, baby. What else you got? All he's got is a scoop. All he has is a scoop. Alright, let's jump over to a post-game wrap on this bad boy. Now, I would say in essence, this deck is very decent, right? The only problem is we need to be playing so many counter spells because we can't really let much hit the ground at all with this deck. Whenever I play mono blue builds, I really want to have something for early game and then slowly increase the threat on the field with very few creatures. But having 6 creatures altogether, those are your win conditions. Your win conditions are Haughty Djinn and Tolarian Terror, right? You want the opponent to be using removal on more than just your finishers, right? The slip out the backs do a good job protecting them, but a lot of the times I'm using slip out the backs in order to disrupt the opponent's field as well. So in the way I play this kind of deck, I would be removing the spell pierce, removing the syncopates, right? I would want something that was able to actually get in there and beat the opponent. Like a Delver of Secrets early game, the opponent usually tries to deal with that. Most of the time, you see a lot of really negative stuff on the tube, but it's really RNG, right? And it's really hard to pull off to get the Delver of Secrets to get in there and do the damage. The other counters that we had here, it's just creating redundancy. We already have enough counters in this deck to really do some damage. And there is one more creature I would like to put in here. And the problem is, well, we could go one of 2 ways. I'll show you the way that I prefer. And as you can see, this is my free-to-play account. We don't have all of the lore masters in here. I like the Academy lore master. And Essence Scatter should stay in. Make Disappear, because we have so few creatures, we will reduce that to 1, right? The counter creature spells and counter non-creature spells, the negates, and you know what? Actually, and do this as well. Negate is important. And negate might be too important to go down to just 1. Maybe if we just got rid of Make Disappear altogether. Because here's the thing. Make Disappear is really good if you could pay its casualty. If you can't pay its casualty, Make Disappear gets a little bit worse, because if your opponent can pay 2, like later on in game, it's kind of can't be played. You have to get really lucky to play it early game for it to be good. And yeah, it is a fast standard right now, but this deck is meant to be slow. And Make Disappear just isn't great in it because your creatures are too important to be sacking to that casualty to make your opponent pay 2 more mana, and that's it. These Irritai Scorns, they do cost 1 more, but with Haughty Djinns on the board, they only cost 2, right? And that pulls down the whole mana cost for this whole deck. Basically everything that we're doing. So turn 1, Delver of Secrets. Turn 2, we're looking to counter something. Turn 3, we're hoping to counter something. Turn 4 or 5, we're putting the Haughty Djinn down, and we're continuing to counter the opponent's stuff while he's trying to remove stuff like Delver of Secrets, the Academy Lore Master, Haughty Djinn, and the Tolarian Terror. I also wouldn't be too offset by putting 1 more Terror in here and dropping Thirst for Discovery down 1. You have plenty of draw power with the Impulses, with the Considers, right? And that gives you 12 creatures and 27 non-creatures. Whenever we're looking at control builds, we're not necessarily looking to have only spells in the deck, right? And black can almost do that because of Invoke Despair, but you need a win condition, and your win condition is going to be in the mono blue build. It's going to be your creatures. It's going to be your Haughty Djinns. It's going to be your Tolarian Terrors. But what if you're playing somebody that has a lot of destroy target creature spells, and they draw 3 of those in the first hand, and they're like, I don't know, it's got a lot of removal in it. They don't see creatures, they don't see creatures, they don't see creatures, they don't see creatures. Their stuff keeps getting countered, and then all of a sudden, you smack down the Haughty Djinn, and they're like, chance, remove creature, negate, right? that sounds great. But what if they have a second one, right? Then your Haughty Djinn is in a little bit of trouble. So I think increasing the amount of creatures, putting early pressure on your opponent is going to do this deck a lot of good. A lot of people talk really bad about Delver of Secrets, but I'll tell you what, it's good enough for the Professor. I've seen the guy play it before. It's in his favorite deck. It just does its job really well, despite what a lot of people that just want to, not play control matches says. It's a good card. It's a very good card, and I can't believe it's only uncommon. For one, you get a 1/1, and you get to reveal the top card of your hand, and then if it is an instance or sorcery, you flip it over to a 3/2 flyer. So on turn 2, you can have a 3/2 flyer popping your opponent over and over and over again. Your opponent's going to have to deal with it in some way or another. Once they use the removal, and you do stuff like slip out the back, you make Fading Hope it, right? You might do some other stuff to it to keep it alive, right? Definitely try to keep this alive as long as possible. Then your opponent's trying to deal with that over and over and over again, and the whole time you have Academy Lore Master down, so you're drawing 2 cards during your turn, right? You have the 2 cards, it replaces itself, and you got all instances in here anyway, besides the Haughty Djinn and the Tolarian Terror. And then once you need to escalate the amount of pressure you have on the field, you don't draw with the Lore Master, and you draw just 1 card, pop your Haughty Djinn, and then move on to the opponent's turn. This will allow you to draw a lot more cards. It will also allow you to put early pressure on your opponent and make him face you on your turf. This is a way of adding pressure to the board while playing control, and that's a lot to think about for the opponent. Yeah, sure, we add 2 more rares to this deck, but overall I think that this will give you a lot more consistent results, right? This is very similar to a deck that I play to just go in and grind my daily wins. It's really, really fun deck, and I think you'll enjoy this build in particular. I'll drop it down in the description below, as well as your deck that you presented to us today. Thank you very much for the deck. I really enjoy playing Mono Blue. Always will, always have. Well, that's all the words I have for today. Make sure that you've liked and subscribed, and bye.